Hello and welcome to OpenSolar, the world's first free end-to-end solar management software. In this video, I will be giving you an overview of the software and showing you how to set up a PV proposal using the amazing FoxEss components. We are partnering up with FoxEss to provide our users with even more streamlined designs and sales experience. OpenSolar splits into 4 main zones: Home section, where you can design your projects; Project section, where you can review all of your projects and filter them as well; Control section, where you can get your account set up and make it bespoke to your business; and Hardware section, where you can connect with one of your favorite distributors, review their live pricing, live stock, and finally place your hardware orders as well. If you are not connected with one of our distributors that stocks FoxEss products like Cgen, for example, we would need to activate FoxEss components manually. We can do that by going to the Control section, Design and Hardware, and as you can see, we have different areas like modules, inverters, batteries, and other components. For FoxEss products, we will need to head over to the Inverters section. As you can see, we can review a list of all the components that have been activated and ready to be used in our account. We can now click on Add from Database, search for FoxEss components, select the one we would like to activate, review its specifications that are of course provided by the manufacturer, and we can now price it up manually as well. If we would love to default the inverter so that every time we open up the project, this is the very first inverter that appears, we can do that by clicking on that toggle option here. To start a new project, we need to type in our customer's address, select the property we would like to design on, and hit on Create Project. We will be now taken to the Info tab, where we need to fill out some information about our customers and our site as well. On the right-hand side, there is a Project Files section, where we can generate some documents on a project basis, documents like MCS G99, G98, and we can also upload some external files like drone photography or site plans. Jumping over to the Energy section, this is where we can input our customers' electricity usage. We can do it on annual, monthly, bi-monthly basis, or we could also, if possible, if we can get hold of that data, we can also input interval data, which is 15 minutes, half an hour, and 1 hour data. In this case, we can input annual consumption, and it would be 3,500 as per the defaulted consumption. We can now head over to Advanced Settings, where we can configure our customer's electricity usage profile. Once we toggle this on, we will be given a couple of options. We can select the correct one, for example, evening high peak, and for the weekend, flat. Based on this information, our electricity usage curve will get updated accordingly. As we scroll down, this is where we can configure our customer's tariff. We can hit on Select Tariff to be able to select the correct one. If there is anything missing, you can always let us know, send us all the specifications, and we'll be able to get the tariff uploaded for you, uploaded or updated. Once selected, we can now click on our customer's tariff and review it to make sure all the information here is correct. We can now hit on Save, save the Energy tab, and move over to the Design section, where we can start designing our project. We are now in the Design section, where we can of course start designing our project, but this is also where the integration and partnership with FoxEss comes into play. As you can see, OpenSolar provides us with 3 different design modes: 3D, 2D, and manual. As you can see, in this case, we have a great 3D data available in this neighborhood, so we will proceed using our 3D mode. Before we start designing our project, we can now click on that heat map here to be able to see where the sun is hitting the property. Please note that OpenSolar is compatible with tablets, iPads, MacBooks, so whenever you are on site, you can open up that page and show this image to your customer to give them a little bit of a peace of mind. To start with our design, on the left-hand side we have the Design menu. As you can see, we have a panel section, mounting components, inverters, batteries, and other components as well, together with pricing and incentives. To start selecting our panels, we need to click on that drop-down menu here, and we'll be given a selection of all the panels that are currently activated in our account. We can filter by manufacturer, available from Cgen or City and Plumbing if we're connected with one of the distributors here, and then rating and warranty as well. For this specific example, we're going to be using Q-Cells panels that are already selected. We can now hit on plus panels and drag and drop across the roof to place panels on the roof. Okay, since it's a 3D design, azimuth and slope got automatically updated, and as we scroll down, we can also access the shading analysis. As we are using a 3D mode, all the shading should be taken into account. As you can see, all the properties, all the buildings here and trees are factored in. We can now access the shading analysis from January to December. We can see where the sun is coming from. We can click on that diagram and the system will get updated accordingly. And as you zoom in, we can also see to what extent our array is affected by the shading in the neighborhood. So we can see that there is a red section here, February 4 p.m. And there must be a tree that is causing an issue to our array. This tree right here is causing an issue to our array. Based on this information, based on this shading analysis, the sun path diagram will get generated and added to our online proposal. Once we are happy with the panel selection, we can now move over to the mounting system selection, where we need to add in our mounting system type and then hit on Renew Sol or one of the mounting system options. And if we are connected with Cgen, mounting components would get automatically added to our bill of material for us. Another great functionality of OpenSolar is that it helps you generate your MCS structure assessment. You can click on it, fill out some information here like roof construction type, ridge height, and then you'll be able to hit on Fetch Site Details so that the system will pull through all the information about your site that you've added within your Info tab. Once hit on Fetch Site Details, you'll be able to then click on Accept. And just like that, the MCS structure assessment will get generated and you'll be able to get hold of that within the Info tab. Once we're happy with this section, we can now hit on Save and move down to the Inverter section where the integration comes into play. As you can see, we've defaulted that FoxEss inverter, so it's the very first to appear. To access our inverter selection, we can click on that drop-down menu here, and again we can filter by manufacturer, available from Cgen or any other distributor. We can also filter by inverter type and phase. In this case, let's open up that Cgen menu. As we know, Cgen stocks FoxEss items, and we can now see that the Cgen price for this item is £309. There are 15 in stock and there are some more coming soon. We can now filter by manufacturer, so FoxEss. So now we can see all the FoxEss items that are currently available at Cgen, and we can now choose the suitable inverter. In this case, it would be 5 kilowatts inverter, for example. We can filter by rating, and we can grab the inverter we need for this specific project. To get it strung up, we can take advantage of our auto string option. So we can hit on auto string and the system will get strung up automatically for us. Or if needed, we can do it manually as well by clicking on plus stringing, clicking on the array and dragging and dropping across. If there are any issues, meaning that the inverter is oversized or undersized, the system will get that highlighted for us and will advise us to introduce some changes. You can always hover over that small eye icon here to get some information about your inverter, and MPPT to get information about your voltage. For isolating, you can choose isolate strings separately or in parallel, and then hit on update so that the system will add all the additional electrical components needed. They can be found within the other section here. Since it's a fully interactive solution, instead of adding your battery right here, we could now duplicate that system to be able to show our customers two different scenarios, 10 panel system and 10 panel system and a FoxEss battery. To select the battery, just like with inverters and panels, we need to click on battery and we'll be given a list of all the batteries that are activated in our account. We can again filter by manufacturer, and filter by available from Cgen. As we know, Cgen stocks FoxEss batteries, so we can also see live pricing and live stock as well. For this specific example, we can grab this battery here. For example, we can hit on select and it will get added to our system. But before we do that, there is also another filter called compatible with systems, and if we select yes, the system would normally show us all the batteries that are compatible with the inverter we selected. So it's a great functionality that would prevent you from choosing a battery that's not compatible with your inverter. Let's select that battery, and as you can see, this has been added to our account, to our system. We can now rename the system so that we can distinguish between two of them. And we can now mark it AC or DC connected. If we have a battery control scheme set up within the control section and we would like to present our customers the very same system but on a different tariff, on an alternative tariff like Octopus Flex, for example, we could get that logic set up within the control scheme and then select that logic here so the system knows that this system would be on an alternative tariff. In the other section, we can apply some electrical components, some additional components needed for the project, and within the pricing section, this is where we need to essentially price up our system. We can apply a markup percentage or any other pricing scheme. We can also apply some additional costs like scaffolding or labor that might apply to this job. And as we scroll down, we have our pricing breakdown. Since we're using a live Cgen integration, all the pricing is being pulled through from Cgen website. So as you can see, modules, inverters and batteries pricing, all the components as well, is being taken from Cgen website. If we weren't connected with Cgen or our other distributors that stock our hardware, we would need to price these components up manually or use a enterprise manually section and just figure out that price outside of OpenSolar. Luckily, we have that integration, so everything here is nicely done automatically for you. On the right hand side, we have a bill of materials section where you can review your Cgen order, and just like that, you can literally just hit on add to cart. The cart will get updated and you'll be ready to create that quotation that can then become an order for your hardware. Just like that, we've created an amazing system, actually two systems, ready to be presented to our customers. We can now hit on save and move over to the payment section where we can apply some payment options that will be then available to our customers within the online proposal. Our online proposal is a fully interactive and customizable solution. You can create as many proposal templates as you like, and you can make them bespoke to your customers as well. So you can have one template bespoke to your commercial customers and one template bespoke to your residential customers, for example. As we scroll down, we can see that the proposal features some key figures about our systems. All the way down, we have our solution. Since it's a fully interactive solution, our customer can switch and toggle between two different or more than two different system options, and the proposal would get updated accordingly. As we are partnering up with FoxEss, we are able to provide you with some amazing additional content here that will help you sell, like, for example, FoxEss logo, the product picture. We've got some details, which is our catalog, so that the customer can learn more about the components they are having installed, and the important specifications as well, which is our datasheet. Jumping back, same goes for the battery. Since we are partnering up with FoxEss, there is some amazing exhibiting content on that battery as well. As we scroll down, we can also see what the system performance is like, broken down into winter, spring, summer and autumn, weekday and weekend. Self-consumption, export to grid, how the system works, and again, with the battery and without the battery, depending on what the system option we are going for. Old bill versus new bill, information on our tariff, payback period, the quotation, environmental benefits, and we also have the possibility of downloading a PDF version of that proposal. And finally, we have our MCS table as well. You can share this proposal with your customer via a live link. They would need to select one of the options they would like to go for, the payment option they would like to go for as well. Hit on review proposal, review the final quotation, review terms and conditions, agree to them, type in their first name, last name, and sign it. Once they hit on accept proposal, They will receive a copy of the proposal, some additional documentations together with the manufacturer products data, and you will also get notified to be able to proceed with your installation. The last section I wanted to touch on today is the Manage tab. Manage tab is split into the Project Management section and the Project History. In the Project Management section, you can apply a specific workflow, for example, in this case, residential, and your colleagues will be able to come here and review all the actions that need to be taken to complete the project. Once they've completed that action, let's say contact customers or share contact, they can come here, tick off the boxes, and they will be able to see where the action is completed and what time as well. This is fully customizable. You can make it bespoke to your business. You can obviously customize the actions here, but you can also customize the stages as well. As we scroll down, we can review the project history, so all the actions that have been completed are listed here. And within the customer section, you can track your customer's activity and their interaction with your online proposal. So every time your customer opens up your online proposal, you will get notified and you will see how long they viewed the proposal for. If you or your team require any help, any support or training, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. You can always head over to that question mark to review our help center, contact our global support team, and book a one-on-one session with us. Thank you for watching and have a sunny day ahead.
OpenSolar.